Sean.
Red light.
Come on now.
Neon light. Come on now.
Spotlight.
Come on now.
Oh, look at you. You
Now
want
you
pink on.
let me know.
Right. What's
I'm going back to
Sean?
old school.
I see.
Did I say gold?
And look at Mr. Clean. I ain't even coming
you
over there. I'm dirty. I ain't even coming over there,
That's
brother.
with it.
Look at there.
How y'all doing this evening?
Y'all got
Good, very good.
Aaron,
Check
you
it out. I got
look
some
fabulous.
Buffalo
Wait,
chicken.
I just had wait.
I'm sorry, go
Look
ahead.
at that. I love you for just doing you.
Come on,
Come on, come on now.
Okay, Sean.
All right.
So I got some buffalo chicken wraps for you, lettuce wraps for you.
Okay.
I hope y'all enjoy those.
Right.
It's crazy times right now, man. I want to know how y'all feel about these times, this important time for blacks and gays going on right now.
This is the critical time. This is a moment that
You
has
said the
never
key
been
word.
seen and probably will never come again.
I agree.
We, black people, black gay people, black trans people, we are at the forefront. We are being seen. There's pose, there's politics.
Yeah.
We're everywhere.
I couldn't agree with you more. I think you said
I'm
it
so excited about it.
right, pin on the head right there.
Right.
Well, y'all go ahead and get into this.
Well, thank you.
I'm gonna keep
Thank
working
you.
on
As
dinner.
always, this looks
Right.
amazing.
I'll see you guys in a minute.
Thank
baby.
Oh.
Fingers to work over here, Sean.
Sheesh. That looks fantastic.
So now, are you guys feeling any pressure? You know what I was saying over there. Are you guys feeling any pressure? I mean, there's a tremendous responsibility upon us as we're stepping out in the forefront and making moves and making changes. How are you feeling about this?
I don't feel any pressure
Good.
because I've seen already that the world is ready to receive the people that have been marginalized.
How are you feeling tonight?
I feel, well, you know, the hair, I realized I wear the hair for performance, and I only wore it tonight because it matched my outfit, and it looks cute. But yeah, you know, this is not like this is not going to be a day in, day out, you know, morning to night kind of thing.
Okay.
You know, it's a costume, and I can wear a costume whenever I want and whenever I don't want.
How
Or
nice.
or if I don't want it, I don't wear it. How about that?
Love it.
I heard that. Well, this Black Lives Matter right now, who would have ever thought we would live to see this? You know?
You know, I have such mixed emotions about it, Cheryl.
Okay.
Because I think on one hand, I am saddened by the fact that this is where we are after all this time. And I think that we've maybe lived under somewhat of an illusion in some ways, particularly black people who have attained any kind of success or progress. I think it was very easy to be lulled into this idea that things had really changed in much more of a significant way than they really have. And I think to find ourselves at this moment and to be, you know, closed in around this pandemic and then to see something so horrific play out on national television for the world to see in a country who has touted itself globally as this humanitarian country and this country who is all about policing the world and checking everybody else on their mistakes. And we have so many that we're making right here at home. And so it saddens me to think that this is where we are. But I think there's a different opportunity today. And I'm excited to be where we are. And I'm excited for us and how we'll be a part of where we're going. So that part is exciting. So it's a mixed emotion for me.
Oh, we giving voices here. We giving voices to the voiceless, aren't we?
Absolutely.
I'm loving it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a bit numb thinking about it. It's very heavy. It's very heavy because I feel people don't know their place. They don't know how to support or where to support. And one of the things that I thought was particularly interesting was just even hearing from some straight black men that they don't even feel as connected to the Black Lives Matter movement as I thought they felt.
I was shocked to hear that.
You know, and then when we think about the rhetoric, because we fall into another subcategory, and I have talked again and again about all of the subsets, and that what happens in subsetting is that people find their individual lane and then forget the overlying intention, which is Black Lives Matter. No matter who you are, what you do, how you do it, if you are Black, you are still going to be recognized. And I know I talk about visual because I know I'm a beauty person, so I'm all about
That's your
aesthetic and I'm
lane,
all
baby.
about outward.
Right.
But I talk about it because it also matters.
Yes,
How do people see you?
it's true.
We all talk about how you see yourself and how we as individuals identify ourselves. But how do other people see you?
But you can't control that.
Yeah.
You can try to control it.
No, it's not
But you may
about
miss.
control. It's not
It's
about
it's
control.
a reality in our society. That image dictates everything. It really, really does. And yet, I mean, that people are going to look at you. That's the judgment call. That's all they have to go on is what they see. And so whether that's
You
not
can't-
fair or not is another conversation.
I mean, Erin, you came out in this wig today, and you said that you wear that when you perform. Why? do
Because
you
it's
choose
colorful.
that?
It's colorful, it's pretty. You know,
Because you want people to pay attention to you.
no, I'm an artist first. And art, as I said before, the purpose of art is to show people something they've never seen before. That's the only goal, because it keeps your mind
So that
stimulated.
then if someone hasn't, and I want to use that language, if they've never seen it before, if their reaction isn't what you expected, how do you respond to that?
Well, I wouldn't wear this out in
Because you would
public.
get too much attention, huh?
And, well, I know I would get the wrong kind of
Wrong.
attention.
Good point.
And if
What's
it's
that? What does that look like?
And why?
judgment, that's
Yes.
the wrong kind.
They want to fight you, possibly.
But when I'm on my live stream, the kind of attention I get is, they're inspired because they know I'm going against social norms.
Yes.
And it's stimulating to see something you've never seen before. That's scientific.
Safety, I think, is a part of this too.
That's a
And
reality.
we talk about the judgment, right? So on your live stream, you, as you said to Chris, you have people who are there.
And they come
they're there to see
specifically
you,
for that.
and so there creates the safety for you to be whatever it is that you want to be. And you're not so sure that that will be your experience if you were to leave your home this way.
Right.
And so me personally, I'm glad to see you wore it today. I think it looks fabulous with your outfit. And of course, you know you're safe here. And that's awesome. And I think that maybe one day if you felt like the option, I'm not saying that if you felt like you wanted to walk out of your house with it, I think you should be able to and feel safe around
And
it.
that's what we hope in our society, right?
Yes. So I was doing a live stream. I had my costumes on. My costumes, I think they look fantastic. The audience does too. But I had to go get something. I got a notification that I had a package. So I quickly just don't take my clothes off. I'm like, oh shoot, who cares? Run in, and then why did the people who work in the leasing office start? Oh God, what is? And I'm just there to get a package, and then there are people like in there like applying for a new apartment, and I just become a laughing, a joke.
What were you wearing?
I'm sorry. I'm
It
sorry
doesn't
to
matter what I
hear
was wearing.
what you-
But-
What kind of human being is so disrespectful and
Yeah.
poorly educated that you at your job would, that's unprofessional?
And guess what? That's in our
shut up.
community.
Just shut up. Why
Well,
is that
that's
so
okay.
difficult?
But here's the thing.
No, I agree
No
with you.
outside force. That's
so
the
if you were
bottom line.
nude and you came down there,
There's probably,
you
I think
expect
that's
them to
illegal.
not respond.
Isn't that
Yeah,
illegal?
that's
Public
tough,
nudity?
though.
Am I wrong?
No,
Am
no.
I crazy?
But who
it's
wants
not
to be
legal. It's not illegal
humiliated,
to.
Chris?
Nobody- here's
Who
the
wants to
thing.
be humiliated?
Nobody wants to be humiliated, but if
Exactly.
you
Expectations
come
of
down,
reaction.
baby,
Yeah, people are
if
not
you
nice.
come outside in your house coat and your house shoes and your rollers in your hair,
Yeah.
and somebody has a reaction to it, it's because you in your house coat and your house shoes and your rollers in your hair. So I'm asking you what you had on, because now
I had clothes on.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Okay.
Why is that not enough of an answer?
So let me ask this, Chris, because I think we get lost in your point on this, and I don't think that you're making a point that's an inaccurate one. Can we jump past so let's say he had on exactly what he has on now. So how would you then respond to that?
I would understand their reaction to that,
Okay.
because this would
So-
not be
so
something
you'd
that they
underst-
would expect to see him in if he if they are not used to.
Okay, so you
seeing
understand their
him that way.
reactions. You understand their reaction. And now what?
Absolutely.
So let's go.
We hope
and what
it
does that mean?
changes one day.
What does your understanding of their reaction then
Let's go.
mean for you?
No. It's not even about what it meant to me. He said it.
Well, I
at
want
the
to understand,
begin-
but you're making a
no,
point with the
I'm-
understanding. So what does that mean that you understand?
I'm going back to what he said. He said, I got a notification, and I said, I was in the middle of this situation
He doesn't
that I
want to
was
be
doing.
humiliated because he chose to come down and get a package. So I don't understand. I'm trying to really follow your logic here and go,
I'm
okay,
not,
you,
I'm not
you get why
condoning the
that.
humiliation.
Well,
I'm
that's
saying,
where he's
but
at.
there's-
That's all we're
Expect
trying
this
to
to
talk
occur.
to. It
The
sounds like you
unfortunate-
are.
That's exactly
It sounds
what
like you are, and I don't think you
I'm
are.
not condoning
I know,
the
but you
humiliation.
don't take it
I'm
to that next
recognizing
step,
why it
Chris.
occurred.
But
yeah,
what
but you
I-
don't take it to the next step.
Oh,
You
but
just
what-
recognize why it
Yeah.
occurred.
Yes.
But allow me
So
to say,
how do you change
these are
that?
realities.
You
I
know?
can't change it. I
Not
didn't
you.
humiliate him.
No.
I didn't do that.
Chris.
But allow
No,
me to say,
I hear what you're saying, but I'm saying that. I guess,
You're almost
okay,
saying
no,
you
no,
brought
no,
it on
okay, let me-
yourself
no,
by
no,
coming
no, no,
down
no,
like that. You
no,
should
no,
have
no, no.
changed
No, no,
clothes.
no, no,
Thank
no.
You
you.
shouldn't have came down in that
That
damn
was
wig.
big.
Then would nobody
Okay.
be laughing at you.
No, no, no.
Yeah.
That's what
Okay,
it sounds
society's
like you're
mean.
saying.
Okay, but then let me say what I want to say.
society's
right.
mean.
Don't
Damn
sound shocked by it.
Oh, I won't be shocked.
Don't sound shocked by it. That's all I'm saying.
Come on
You
with
have-
it.
what I hear is
I'm not shocked.
surprise.
No.
I hear
No,
surprise in your
hurt.
voice.
Hurt.
It's surprise.
It's not surprise. It's
Okay,
hurt.
but I
Thank you.
heard
And Pat,
surprise.
it's hurt. I'm
I
telling
heard,
you.
hope that
were you
it will
surprised by
change.
that? Then correct me if I'm wrong.
Hope.
Were
I
you
would agree
surprised
with
by
I
their
would say
You
yes.
wanted to
I was
change. You were
surprised
surprised by
because
their
it was the
reaction.
leasing office.
That's my
Where
concern.
people are working.
And that you were
They're at work.
surprised that they
They're
had
at work.
that
And they're
reaction.
disrespecting-
Why
I
are
paid
you
them.
surprised
Were you hurt?
by that reaction?
I was hurt
Okay.
and
I
surprised.
I recognize
I know,
the
but
hurt.
what does
I don't recognize
does the surprise hurt you?
Okay.
The hurt,
It was
the
the hurt.
humiliation. Exactly. You might be surprised by any damn thing, but it doesn't mean that it'll hurt you.
So
Right.
what
So
was
we
Well,
can
but my
say he
whole
was
thing is-
surprised.
but
So
then-
what he was
but I
surprised.
but I want to be
They
clear.
were
on
trying to
surprise.
humiliate him, and it was wrong.
It was wrong.
It was wrong.
It's wrong.
Thank you.
And guess
Period.
what? Listen,
I don't
no.
care if you don't like how somebody looks
Yeah, it's
or
not
what
right.
they think about it. Keep it to your damn self. And if you don't keep it to your damn
Yeah.
self, you deserve to be checked.
Yeah.
And no one should say, "Oh, you came out of the house that way." Yeah, I did. And what?
Yeah, but that's not
And
the
what?
reality of society.
And
That's where we're trying
what
to go.
happened-
Go.
I'm gonna
That's
tell you the
where we're
and
trying
what.
to get to.
What is it?
And what happened, happened.
Yes.
That's the and what.
Yeah,
And it
be ready.
sounds so
Be ready for
insensitive,
it.
Chris. And I know you're not insensitive.
I'm not.
But I'm
I
trying to
am
tell
not.
you how it comes off.
But
I wish you could really
understand it's
hear
a
that. I know
reality.
I hear what you're saying. There's two things that I am trying to say here.
Mm-hmm.
There is what is really happening in terms of the hurt feelings and the hurt language, and there is when you act like you surprised by it. Don't
Yeah.
act like you surprised
'Cause it's gonna happen,
when you
unfortunately.
when you knew exactly how you came downstairs.
Well, you know what? You could possibly
Okay,
think.
forget the
you could
surprise.
possibly think. Hold
That's
on.
what- that's
you
what-
could
see, I can't
possibly
forget the surprise,
Wait a minute. You could
because
possibly think that a
he's
person.
acting surprised.
I know, but a person at work in an office, you would think they would have the logic.
He's
to
surprised
not,
he's not
when
safe.
they
I
step
understand
out.
that.
You're
and
surprised
is-
that you're
and
not
guess
safe.
what?
At
least
And
now, if I was
his
walking
and
down
then-
the hall.
Now, what
Correct.
was your follow-up? Did you talk to management?
No.
Did you
That's
follow
what
up
I
with
would
them?
do.
Did
I
you
would
say,
follow up
hey,
with management.
look at here, I live in this building. This
Yeah.
is how I was disrespected, and I don't, and
I
see,
would follow
so that
up with
then,
management.
so then where's the follow-up? Because if you were really hurt and damaged by it, then you follow up, and you let the management know that these people disrespected me. But
I
the
agree with that.
I can't hold on to the surprise.
I
Well,
get
I can't believe they did this to me. No, I can't live there.
'Cause people are
I can't live in
mean.
that
'Cause
space.
people are
I can't live in the
I
surprise.
And guess what?
understand
That's
now
for
where you're
all-
going.
You see what I'm
understand.
saying?
I do.
I can't live in the
understand what you're
surprise.
saying.
But
I
that's
understand
what,
what you're
and
saying.
guess what? You're going. That's happening with gays.
You did nothing
That's
to
happening
follow
with-
up to make sure that you would be treated better
I
the
got
next
you.
time.
And
But
you might
you know
not
what?
be.
You know why?
You might not
Because
be.
I was so busy focusing on my career so I can get my money and get the out of there.
Yes.
And
indeed.
leave them in that office to
Exactly.
harass somebody else.
But it's going to be
Then
somebody
you,
somewhere
then
else.
you didn't help any of your brothers and sisters
It's gonna
who
be-
would be abused just like you.
Okay,
You
and I
said-
received that. I received
That's
that.
Then you
why
said,
we're here.
it
I
happened
received
to
that.
me, and oh well, my career and my
Let me get
person,
my
and let me
coins.
get my
I'm
coins
getting outta here.
and take my little pink wig and cha-cha upstairs and shit.
I'm getting out of here.
Sometimes, let me tell you something. The only thing that's going to change it is dialogue, dialogue,
Lord have mercy. You
dialogue.
saut a taste on
I
that
mean,
one,
people
Chris.
are mean. And you know why they're mean? They're
Why?
mean
'Cause they're hurting.
Yes. Hurt people,
People
hurt
are mean because
people.
they're hurting. You could those
Okay.
same people could have waited till Aaron left and said,
Thank
oh,
you.
My
and,
God.
and talked about me when I left.
But that doesn't help anything.
it's just
My whole thing is
disrespectful.
what helps is
Yeah.
because you were disrespected. Then you talk to management and say,
I agree.
am a person. I am real. I f***ing matter. They work for me. You work in my f***ing building where I pay rent. You need to respect me as a renter in this f***ing
I
building.
But you know what? If I checked everyone who disrespected me,
Then you keep
I
checking.
would be doing
You
that
check.
Wow.
You check
every
everybody.
couple minutes.
You check
I
everybody.
check everybody.
Check.
Once you check a few,
Roll
you
the
want to check
checks
them
out,
off.
motherfucker. I
I'm
will roll
telling
the
you.
check out
No,
whenever I need to roll a check out. You check every that need a
I
check.
don't.
Okay,
yeah,
you
I
go
don't let
around
nothing
fighting
go
people,
unchecked.
I'm a...
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm with you
know
on
what?
that. I'm checking
Okay,
you at
you know
every
what?
turn.
Okay,
I'm
sorry.
telling you,
With
I
no
walk down
question
the
about
street.
it. You only got to check a couple.
I don't even...
Once you check a few,
No,
it's not... You're
constantly.
wrong. I'm sorry.
No, I'm
You're
telling-
just wrong.
No, I'm telling
Your
you from my own
experience is
experience.
You can't just go
Yeah.
around checking people.
They
You
see
will
your
get your ass killed.
No,
Not when
I'm
you-
still.
Are
I'm
you
sitting
kidding me?
here.
You're
I'm
paying
sitting
the
here.
No,
I
I'm
am
not-
sitting here.
I'm not talking about them in that
In the
office.
real
I'm talking about
world, it doesn't work
I walk
like
down
that.
the
I live
street,
in the real
not
world.
dressed in any of this. I may have
Why
a,
didn't you
a
dress in
sweater.
any of that?
I may have
I'm
a
saying
sweater
you just
on
went
that's a
normal.
little effeminate.
Why didn't you dress
Just
in any of
just a
that?
little.
Feminine.
And I go down to the 7-Eleven
Why
or whatever,
didn't you
and
dress in
and people are
any of
looking and
No,
and saying something or
just dressing normal. That kind of
Ooh,
energy.
what did you
comes.
That-
just say?
And normal. What can I say?
What did you just say?
Normal. Just dressing normal.
Oh,
It's still- it's
no,
still
no,
there.
no, get on her.
It's-
Come on, get on her. What was the word? What was the word? Normal. I never even said normal. I never
I
said
didn't
normal.
say you said
Did you
normal.
see what I'm
No,
saying?
I'm
yes,
only
I-
making a point.
normal is a thing.
Making a
normal
point.
is
Oh, so what's
what-
normal?
The norm. What
The
most
norm.
people
That's
do.
all it is.
That's
What
what
most
that is.
people
What makes
do.
people
I didn't have a
comfortable
problem.
tends to be
Oh,
normal.
but then we're so surprised when you come down
Well, I'm not
abnormally.
surprised.
I'm surprised when
Okay.
it,
Oh, okay.
I'm
Oh,
surprised
okay.
when it happens
Oh, okay.
in a leasing
Oh,
office.
okay.
I understand.
That's why he was
No
surprised. If it
outside
happened in the
force
hallway,
can
I would
dictate.
not have been surprised.
That's why we
it happened
need to
inside
work
the leasing
on
office.
the tools.
Yeah.
We gotta
That is
do
surprising.
Oh, because they're
Supposed
not
to
normal
behave.
people
No, they're
either.
supposed to
Because
behave.
they're
with
not
everybody
professional.
Expect you're
professionalism.
abnormal.
They should, because they've probably seen me before.
They didn't have diversity training.
They were. It was.
way
I didn't think
society
attack.
I'm so full of shit.
It's the way society is.
God.
Maybe I can do some change. Maybe I can look at somebody who look like, oh
You
my.
know what, Cheryl? When we come back,
Yes.
we're gonna pick up right there because we are on to something tonight, aren't we?
Indeed.
I love it.
This chicken is fantastic.
Oh my goodness, I cannot wait to
I don't
dig
eat
in.
the chicken, but the skin.
Oh,
And
red
the
beans.
seasoning
What we got,
on the
Sean?
beans,
Just
Sean.
comfort food, man. Fried
Yes.
chicken, red beans and rice, nothing better. Get
This
in your
is my
feelings, you know
favorite.
what I mean?
Get
It's
your
great.
feelings.
Thank
Feeling
you,
comfort
thank you,
food.
Sean.
Thank
This
you,
is exciting. So before we went to break,
I'm gonna pop out of these
you know,
sequins.
we're here hanging out at the house, just reminiscing and having a good time and doing what we do. And, I think sometimes when people, voices get raised and we get passionate about our positions and things like that, some people can't handle that and they think, oh my God, what is
Reminds me
going
of when
on
my
here?
father used to beat my mama. I can't stand the house.
Oh, see,
Thank
I'm
you.
glad you said that, Cheryl, because what happens is with people who have had those kind of experiences, then it's actually re-traumatizing for them.
Yes.
Because it's a trigger, it's an emotional trigger, and I would imagine that in some ways that probably was for you, Aaron.
Yeah.
And for me, because that's just not my historical situation, like it's just how I can communicate with my friends. I was joking and telling Cheryl
Yeah,
that
tell them what
my
you said about your partner,
So my
your
partner's
boyfriend,
Jewish,
your
and
husband.
my voice get raised, and I'm talking to my my best friend and stuff, and we're arguing a point, and he gets all nervous, and I'm like, "What are you nervous for? Ain't nobody even talking to you." And he's like, "But the raised voices. You ain't in danger. What's that? I mean, what is the problem?"
Honey, black folks scream and shout at church.
Yeah, so we
It's
feel
just as
safe.
nerve-wracking at church. It's like
So
for a lot of
while
people.
I might take the
get used
position
to
that that's okay because it's what we do
Yes,
and
black
I
people.
feel safe, but I don't think we can ignore that for some people that is traumatizing. And just because they don't know what's going to happen. It may have nothing to do with the raised voices, but other than this, it creates this
You go back
energy of
to the moment.
uncertainty.
It'll actually put you
And it
back
could
in
be
that moment.
dangerous,
Oh,
So anyway, but I want to, I was loving it personally.
Yeah, well, and I do want to say that, and Lord knows your calmness and clarity of thought is very helpful to me because I am a bit of a pop-off, and I recognize that. And so, Aaron, I definitely want to say to you that I in no way mean that in my communication style, because it can be abrasive.
You don't mean what?
I don't mean to be abrasive.
Or re-traumatize you.
And to create that kind of energy, because I recognize that my lack of understanding around it may have more to do with my ignorance around certain things, and then but you have taught me so much in our moments here at the house, and helping me to understand how to think differently about a person's inner thoughts and inner soul, and how important that is for them. Because I am so much of a people pleaser and a person who is creating an environment that is about aesthetic and persona, just in the nature of my work and in what I do, that I am always about the clarity of perception. And so that I live in a world and work in a world where I am creating that image, and what is it that you're actually presenting to the world, so that when someone seems to be confused about what they're presenting, but they continue to keep presenting it, and then act shocked or surprised by people's reaction to something.
I'm not confused. You're confused. I'm not confused. I'm doing what I want to do.
This is rich.
Now that just went a whole nother
Yeah, this was
direction
really
that I
rich.
didn't expect it to go, because what I didn't expect for you to say is that I was confused.
You're
Because-
confused because you're the one having the confusion in your mind. I'm not. I'm clear about what I want to do, and I do it. What I don't want is people attacking me. Go attack your mama. Attack
now-
somebody else. Leave me the alone. That's
the-
all I want.
Yeah,
That's all I want.
In the real
did
world,
you,
though.
did you
In the real world.
did you just attack me right there?
When I say you, it's not you. It's a
Oh, well,
it's a
you
you.
said you, though,
to-
so
it's
I
a
just
you
wanna make sure
and
I'm
all the
understanding.
others who think like
That
you.
was a good check-in, Chris.
Well, I love you for it.
That was a
Yes.
good
Well,
check.
I mean, because
you could have popped
you know
off.
what's happening?
right?
Because I'm saying that you done called me
No,
confused and shit, and I'm
outside.
sitting here like I ain't
Here's the
confused.
thing.
Oh no. When I
So
said,
I just want to know.
wait. No,
Here's the
that was for you. That was for you. When I
he
said you are
doubled it down
confused, that
on
was
it.
for you. The other part about leave me alone, that was to anyone who sees a queer person and think that they have the right to disrespect and judge and be mean and nasty.
This is where we go into techniques that we must use. Because listen to this, the reality is no outside force can dictate your peace.
Absolutely.
But no outside force can dictate your peace, but we have to have tools.
You guys know that I used to be a therapist.
Yes.
And in a very short order, what I do is help you get clarity. You know, we played around and talk about clarity. Clarity is my favorite word. And I help you get your own personal clarity. So what we can do, if you guys are open to it, like we kind of played with the scale the other day.
Yes.
If I do this thing called the PFI, which is your Peak Fulfillment Index.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do is ask you 5 questions. And so the first one I want you to think about is your level of freedom. How free do you feel just in your life? 0 to 5. Has everybody got their number?
Yes.
Okay. Can you feel comfortable saying what's yours, Chris?
3.
3,
5.
5,
5.
5. Good. And then, so your second question is, how satisfied are you with your level of physical and spiritual health? Physical and spiritual health, and they're not separated. They're one.
3.
3,
I could eat better, but I would say 4.
4. Okay.
Well, because of my tummy, 3.
Okay. And then the next thing is your job or career. How satisfied are you with your job or career?
3.
Right.
3. Okay.
5.
Okay.
5.
Okay. Now this one, then how satisfied are you with your sex life?
Oh.
4.
4,
3.
3.
I'm asexual. I don't
That's
need
okay.
sex anymore.
That's your sex life. If you're not having one, you may be perfectly satisfied with that. So.
Well, maybe I'll hit a 3 there. Maybe
3?
I need some.
3.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Sure, I love it. You said maybe I'll go with a 3. And then finally, your relationships. How you're related to others.
4.
4. Okay, so add your numbers up.
That's a hard
Can I
one.
get a
because
calculator?
Very much.
I'll tell you what they were. Go ahead. I'll come back to
3.
you, Cheryl. 3. Perfect.
Okay.
What's yours?
Oh, okay. Oh, I'll take a 2.
2. Okay. So you remember what yours were? Add them up.
Yes.
Add up yours. Remember what they were? Okay. You add yours up. What's yours? While he's adding up here.
17.
So 17 times 2 is 34.
Okay.
Cheryl, you remember
18.
yours? 18, so that's 36.
5, 5, 3, 3, and 2.
So double that, 68. And yours was 36,
Yeah.
right? Double that,
Yes.
72.
Okay.
So I doubled my number 20?
You double it twice. Yours was 20.
Yep.
Double it, 40, 80.
Okay.
Okay, so if I asked you, you remember your number?
No. 68.
34, 68.
68.
So if I asked you, Chris, just generally speaking on a Likert scale of 100, how fulfilled are you in your life? What would you say? Forgetting what we just did, just if I was asking you that. 100 being perfectly fulfilled.
I would say that I was about 60% fulfilled.
Okay. So you're 68. Usually it's plus or minus 10 in either direction.
Wow.
And what tends to happen if people tend to be more optimistic, they might over suggest when speaking generally. And if they tend to be more realistic or more of a pessimist, they tend to go the other direction.
Okay.
So think about that.
Okay.
What would you say if I just asked you that? Aaron, you know, scale of 1 to 100, how fulfilled are you?
90.
And so yours is an 80.
Uh-huh.
So it's plus or minus that 10 that I was talking about. Cheryl,
How fulfilled am I?
if I asked you that on a 100 scale, if I just asked you
Yeah.
that question, what would you have said?
95.
95. So to talk about the work is often difficult. People think about kind of globally. It's like, well, how fulfilled are you? Think about it in this global context. But when you want to raise that number, understanding those 5 key areas of life that are really, really important, you know exactly what to zero in on. And I venture to say that the areas of your life that you're the highest in is where you're putting your attention right now. And so some of the tools becomes putting your attention on those things that you want to grow in your life, and then that's how you can increase it. So that's an example of a tool.
Okay.
And
Brings
we can
awareness.
Yeah, absolutely. And people can do that at home. You can do it anytime, and it changes.
Yeah,
by the way,
sure.
it isn't always the same. So to talk about the work is often difficult. People think about kind of globally. It's like, well, how fulfilled are you? Think about it in this global context. But when you want to raise that number, understanding those 5 key areas of life that are really, really important, you know exactly what to zero in on.
I'm sorry, I have to go back because it's been
Okay.
running through my mind. Your
Yes.
tool, I just have to, because I just realized, I'm a very, very happy person. I'm very happy with my life. And my only problem is when people create a problem by judging, attacking, insulting, disrespecting. That's my only problem. My problem is people. And I know a lot of people can relate to that. So I can't fix people. So the way I deal with it is I stay away.
But how can you stay away when you got to interact?
One of the things
That's why I stay at home.
But that's why I'm going to say
Then how do you
physical
justify
activity is
Grindr?
everything. Physical activity is,
You don't have sexual needs?
You said your
Stay
issues
at
with
home.
people, and you have issues with people. So, do you detach
for sex.
yourself from people when it comes to your sexual needs?
No,
but when
because
you actually
those
have to,
people don't present a problem to me. They like me. They respect me.
and you get what you want.
And
There's
well, they don't know you.
strangers.
I was gonna say they don't know
That's
you.
okay.
They don't
we all
like
res-
you. They don't even know you.
In that moment, if
Okay.
it's all I need. No, I mean, I know.
What? Do you think they know you?
You don't ever
they
go?
know enough about me.
Your ass?
They know what I
That's
look
your
like.
profile pic.
They know how I present
No,
myself.
that's
Your
the thing.
ass
his-
is up.
That's the
his
pic
push
that's sent
pic.
out.
That's not his profile pic. It's
Thank
his
you.
push pic.
Right.
There's a difference.
But get this, that's why people seek sex on apps.
Am I missing
and
some?
like that?
No, this is
In
what you're
that
missing.
moment, you're
You
giving
are the
everything.
type of person that I avoid. That's what you're missing. And without you in my life is fine.
Well, this
Then
is
people
our
like
last
you.
episode.
And that's all. And that's not to be an insult. I'm just saying that is what presents a problem in my life.
You don't think that's insulting?
Guess what?
And you hate getting insulted, and you've insulted me about 4 times at this table.
And I love you for
And I
this
have
acceptance.
accepted it. I have said,
That's what you call growth.
give me more, give me more, give me more.
That's growth.
Because you ain't hurting my feelings.
That's growth.
But you are showing your true self as you victimize yourself constantly as somebody who is always abused and always the abused person who keeps abusing other people and being mean and want everybody to be nice to your
Have I abused you, Antonio?
Don't curse.
Have I abused you, Cheryl, ever?
No.
In 17 years of you knowing me?
Listen to this.
Okay.
We can agree. That's the one thing that's good about the house. We can all agree to disagree.
Disagree.
Respect is better than love in my book. I was with a
Can we
guy.
hold on that love? Because we're going to come back
Yes,
on love.
indeedy. Okay.
Right?
I need some love.
Indeed,
Cheryl.
I know.
Can
That's
I
why
get
we're
some
coming back.
goddamn love in
That,
here?
you do need it. You really do. I think that's the root of the problem. I really do.
That's on camera.
Cheryl, you were talking about love and how important and powerful it is.
Yes, indeed.
Get into it.
Well, you know, I tell you the truth, I got so nervous the last go round, I lost my thought.
Cheryl.
I ain't lying.
Oh, my
I
Lord.
try to stay away from my family.
Cheryl, you've been
But
cutting
love.
up
It ain't
all
nothing but
season.
love.
I know. But really seriously, I just really serious. You know, if I get upset nowadays, my voice leaves. Yeah, because I took this thyroid medication and disintegrated my thyroid. And when I listened to the doctors many years ago, and when I got ready, once they disintegrated the thyroid, they put me on this medication. And the doctor said a couple of things. He said, look, I'm gonna tell you a few things. And he said the two, you know, you gotta take this pill every day. And then he said one last thing. Anything or anyone that brings you any stress, get rid of it. That's what the doctor said to me with them pills, right? Because I have to take these pills. So if I get upset and start screaming now, like really upset, my voice leaves. So I always say, any sense, whether my brain only processes that you all are in love. This is love. We at the house, you know what I'm saying? But what my brain processes is, oh my God, Daddy beat Mama. Oh my God, Daddy beat Mama. That's what's happening in my head. I pissed in the bed till I was 22 years old because of the trauma I went through as a child. You know, wetting up the beds, going to get the garbage, throwing garbage on top of the living room floor. We couldn't clean it up. We cleaned it up. He come back from work, like throwing food up against the wall. Insane. You know, throwing all of our clothes out on the lawn. So any sense of elevated, it's like it just really does trigger. You know,
I think we should hold space for that. I mean, I really do, because that's like serious, like for real. And these kind of things, like I said earlier, can be re-traumatizing.
Yeah.
And you know, that's not what we try to do.
Oh no, because it's just I know it's this way.
know.
I just want to say, Chris, I really the interaction that you and I've had since we've known each other, and for you to be able to calm yourself in this moment and just really not go all the way there is amazing to me. Amazing.
I'm a very calm person. I am a very passionate person, and I am a very logical person. So when people communicate to me devoid of logic, I struggle. And so that I am not a feeler, I'm a thinker.
I heard that.
And I recognize that.
I hear you.
And I recognize that there are many feeling people out here, and I recognize that is my brother here, Aaron, is
I completed a PhD program. I'm also a thinker. Thank you.
But more in your feelings than Chris. More in your feelings than Chris.
Sweetie? It's like his olive branch has come out. Well, I shouldn't be eating
That was
with
a
food
what's
in my
called a
mouth.
backhanded compliment. That was an insult.
No.
I have a
Great
tool
spoken.
that has worked for me because I feel peace in my heart right now, which is vocalizing my truth. If I feel offended, however I feel, whatever my truth is, by letting it out of my mouth, I feel good. I feel good right now.
Okay, well, your truth is your truth.
I thought
love
about
the
everything
fact
I
that you said that.
and I said, did I say too
Might
much?
not
Was I
be
being
the
mean?
truth.
I said, you know what? No. I said exactly how I feel. I stand by everything that I said, and I feel better by letting it out.
And I feel you saying your truth.
Everyone justifies their behavior on their behalf.
That
So
case.
some people think they're not being mean even when they are.
That's true.
I certainly know that I have a voice that is a little slightly different than the majority voice at the table at times. And I just want to ask a question around the perception that I have to work on myself to be more understanding of everyone else, but there's no responsibility for anyone else to work on understanding my perspective. Is that where we are? Is
I'm
it the
tempted
idea
to.
that it should
I
be?
agree with your perception.
Is it
Yeah,
should be that
I don't feel that way.
No.
and I accept that. But the feeling is that in some way I need to work on something but it's never mutual. So I can respect where I need to work on my empathy or understanding the language, understanding all the extra letters and all of that stuff. I understand where I need that work. I don't know that I'm necessarily, and Aaron, I say this directly to you.
Okay.
I don't know that I hear from you where you are going to take any responsibility for where you can understand where I'm coming from.
I tried to understand you earlier when
So you're
thanked
giving
you.
up?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So then now
I've
we're
moved on
good.
emotionally to what I'm
I
doing
said
when I
we're
leave
good.
here.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that then now, that's my point. When we get to these places where there's a shutdown, because when you open and extend and communicate with people to then see how you can try to understand them, and when they close the door, yet still want and need your understanding of who they are and how they function, but then they shut you out. Then let's talk about the shut you out moment, because I was just shut out, and you all witnessed the shutout.
Yeah.
It just happened to me. And so that then now when you seek empathy later, I want to remind you of the shutout.
So are you asking me for
I'm
to
not asking
extend
you
an
for
arm
nothing.
to
Let Chris
understand
finish.
you?
Ask you for
Hold on
nothing.
there.
I already said what I said,
okay.
and you responded how you responded. I'm letting you know how I will move forward, understanding that your openness to an open dialogue and an opportunity for you to try to understand who I am has now been closed by you, not me, you.
But you are attacking. You've been
Not
attacking.
Hold on.
attacking.
Hold on.
Not
Transgender.
attacking.
Hold on.
Not attacking.
No, I mean,
don't
it's
give
all
me that
good.
language. I refuse it. I rebuke
Okay.
it. Stop it.
We agree to disagree.
I won't accept it.
Right on. That's the key.
I've been offended. I'll
That's
say
the
that.
Okay, then be offended.
But you,
I've been
I didn't
you
offended.
don't have to be offended.
Okay, maybe
Just-
not.
That's what I'm saying.
But
let's disagree.
But wait a minute. Let me
Yes,
just say,
please.
I have been offended by many things that you've said, and I kept an open heart and open mind. I came up with rationalizations in my head of why you believe and act the way that you do. So I said, okay, but I saw something
But you
today.
never asked me.
Yeah, I didn't finish.
You didn't ask
I didn't
me.
finish.
Okay. All right.
Ask me.
But then today, I saw you making an effort for the first time. This is the first time I've seen you do something other than give an opinion, a judgment. And I started thinking the other day. I started thinking maybe some people don't really know what to say if there's nothing to attack, to tear down. They don't have like original thoughts or something. I don't know. This is just what I was thinking in my head. So what they do, I know people like this, that the things that they say are they look around for something to tear down. What is she wearing? Oh my goodness, no, oh, come on now. We left the house with that on? Are you kidding? I know people, I was raised with people like that. And I don't want to insult those people, but the reality is I came to the conclusion that they don't really know what to say. And so I said, okay, maybe that's it. But then I saw you just making a switch with the pronouns. I said, oh, okay. So it's not just all negativity. There is a heart in there that is compassionate, that does want to make an effort to not be so offensive and dismissive of people who are saying, these are my pronouns, please respect them. And then you shut that down. And so I said, okay, so I just apologized, or not, I congratulated or thanked you or whatever I said. And then I got shut down there. So that was when I said, I take my compliment back and I'm going to sit here for the rest of this taping.
Which
and then I'm
isn't
gonna
too
go
long
home
now.
back to my peace.
Okay.
So that's when you say, oh, you're closed,
No.
you gave up. I gave up after I complimented you and you shut down my compliment. So that's when I gave up. And I have the right to do that. I don't have to keep allowing you to say things to hurt me. I don't have to do that. So I close my heart emotionally and say, I'm gonna sit here next to this person for 30, 20 more minutes,
Not
however
too
much
more,
time.
it's all
Go ask Cheryl, can we get out of here?
Yeah,
and go
I'll
home
let
and
it
be the
happen.
happiest bitch in Los Angeles, because that's who I am.
All right. That's good.
Wow.
Yeah,
That
that's
was
good.
a lot.
That's good. Well, everybody
And
is
you look
allowed
happy.
their truth. Yeah. Yeah. Well, all I know is
I
no
probably shouldn't have
outside
laughed
force
at that.
can dictate your peace. And that's the shown up truth.
So we're going to talk about peace when we come back.
Okay. building a bridge.
Wait a minute, just
Yes.
before we, over the break.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh,
Almost lost it.
Sean,
Sean.
what we got,
So,
Sean?
we got peach cobbler. Some people think a cobbler should be all thick like a pie, but in my house, I like it juicy, hot, piping, put that ball of ice cream on it, let it melt down.
Oh, Sean.
Thank
Thank you, Sean. You cook with your heart,
yes.
indeed. That's the
So-
only way it's this good. Yes, I'm
So
listening.
I heard Chris say just a moment ago, over the break, that he would like to build a bridge with his co-host. And so I don't know what you're gonna say, but I'm very open, always open to anyone who wants to build a bridge with me.
That's good.
Thank you so much, Aaron.
Oh.
I just want to say that our time together in this house, the house,
Yes.
with all of our guests, has been so engaging and warm and loving. And I don't want that to be lost on any personality conflicts or differences of opinions. I think that that's what makes us all so unique and special and
I
exciting.
heard that, Chris.
And Aaron, for you in particular, I have a special place for you in my heart because you're an energy that I need, that I am unable to express within myself. Your youthfulness, your willing to just throw it all in, your unrestricted zest for life, your openness to just the world just being okay and this happy place is something that in my age group I'm just not used to, and I don't know how to function in that lane. So I learned a lot from you. I learned how to be a bit more patient, how to be a bit more accepting, how to be a bit more open-minded around how other people navigate, how to be more responsible for our person, and that and not to allow people the privilege to not respect who we are, regardless of how they see us. I focus so much in my world and my industry on visual, and allow that to dictate how I move forward. And so with you, I'm learning that it is so not about how other people see us, but how we see ourselves inside, and that actually is the true motivation for how we navigate the world. I encourage you to continue to teach that and guide people like me and others, but more patiently,
Chris,
more
no,
gingerly.
just
All
please.
right. Oh.
I want you to know this is from the heart. What you just told me erases everything, any negativity we have had, okay? I love you. You are my brother, okay?
Okay.
Forever.
Praise
Thank
God.
you. Thank you for that.
Oh, in the
Thank you.
house. Yay.
Thank you. It's okay. It's okay.
Antonio.
It sometimes comes out, and I'm abrasive because it's what I know.
Oh.
And I'm from the school of hard knocks. So I just want to smack you upside your head and say, wake the up. And so,
But I'm awake. I'm awake. You see, there you go. There you go. I'm awake.
ruin it.
I'm
Yeah,
awake.
don't ruin it.
Okay.
I'm fine. Just the way that I am.
Yes, you are. You are. And I, like many others, have to understand that your woke is unfamiliar. And I'm asking you for the patience in here
Okay.
to realize that everybody doesn't understand. And we can't be vilified for our lack of knowledge.
Okay.
But we ask for your patience.
Okay.
To guide us into knowledge, not your criticism
Right.
and your demeaning of our lack of knowledge and making us feel like we're worse people because we didn't already know. We don't know. I don't know. I'm a gay that don't know.
I hear you.
So I want you to just please exhibit some more patience with me specifically and others
I will. I promise.
to understand that your sense of you may not be understandable to me, but I'm working on it.
All right now.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well,
Thank you for
praise
opening up.
goodness
I really do. I really
Thank
appreciate it.
Thank you both.
That was beautiful. You know what, Cheryl? You know,
yes.
sometimes it just has to happen organically.
Yeah. And you don't have to run. I was ready to run, run away from it, And that's what happened with my childhood. I started medicating with drugs and instead of standing toe to toe and knowing that it'll work out some way. So
Yep.
I just thank you both because I was
I
lost.
agree. There's
I was
no healing
lost.
in the flight. There really
No.
isn't. So the fact that you both had the courage to stay
Whew.
and confront and feel
And heal.
and to share
And heal.
and to heal, we felt the healing.
Oh,
We absolutely felt it. And it was undeniable.
oh my
So
God.
I'm
Tears.
just so proud of both of
Both of you.
all of us. I mean, I think we're a
Oh.
very interesting
We hung in.
combination. And we're
It's
fierce
been a
on
journey.
top of it,
It has
right?
been a journey, right?
Right.
I want to ask just a couple of points. I'm almost scared to ask some of the moments that stood out for you. I won't say favorite moments because everything we experienced with all the guests here at the house was just so wonderful. But please, something that stood out, one thing at least for you.
Our Black Indigenous sister, Miss Amy, she resonated with me. I just loved her passion and her confidence and her representation of all the different groups and how she moved into all these different groups and saw herself as a bridge. It's interesting that bridge seems to be the theme today.
Yes.
And I often feel that way too. It's like, rather than focusing on this feeling of not fitting in somewhere, I have access to all these different places, so I just bring myself as a bridge.
Right
That
on.
I bring something different. So that really resonated with me. I think the food has been incredible. So those are some of the highlights for me.
Oh, good for you. Chris, what?
Well, I think for me, Cheryl, what I think I really love about having our guests in the house is their opportunity to engage with our energy. And the one thing with Antonio, with all of his therapeutic background and being able to kind of help us dissect things from
A therapeutic perspective.
right, just
But-
kind of like making sure that we mentally
Yes.
are staying connected to how does that relate on topic. And then for me, just kind of with the beauty industry and kind of my aesthetic and that sort of outward presence, how do we present ourselves to the rest of the world perspective. And then with Aaron, which is like completely opposite of me, which is so inner and soul driven and so motivated around just really connecting to your inner person. And then with you, it's all about experience and that your life's journey and all of those trials and tribulations that you've overcome to actually get to this place. And so being able to connect with all of our guests with that sort of dynamic contribution of all of us. And really, quite honestly, Sean, our chef, being able to be so forthright with these really tantalizing topics that get us started.
Kicks us off.
Yeah, that kicks us off. So I've really enjoyed the idea that each guest has been able to share their version of a dinner date with us. That has been really, really special.
Well, of course, I loved every single guest. I learned something from each one of them. I was moved, inspired by all of them.
Yes.
But of course, I would, if I had to,
Yes.
I would give a shout out to my transgender sisters,
Oh.
Okay.
Shia Diamond and
Oh.
Gracie Cartier,
Oh.
and they really transformed me.
Oh, that is so wonderful.
How about you, Cheryl?
Now, I wish I could pick two, like you said, but just all of you, all the different with the family here, in the house, allowing the guests to come in, us learning from it, the whole experience was just so enriching. You know, along the way, you know, Chris, you got a chance to put up with me, you know. I'm telling you.
Well, girl, you've been
You
to
know?
prison every episode.
I know.
I'm just saying.
I don't, and guess what? I don't have a problem with it. I don't have it. It's who I am. I
love
speak in
it.
my truth.
And you take the power away from anyone else. It's all in your hands.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm good at that too. When I have to, I will snatch my power. Can't touch that. I work too hard for it. And guess what? And maybe in 10 more years or so, you'll do the same. But again, where am I? Swimming. Okay, they're done taken away right now. Doing that yoga
Yeah.
and walking that
And
beach.
you did that yoga very well,
Oh,
by the way.
Well, I'm saying that's what keeps me able to snatch my power back. Like,
I think that is
need
a
it.
perfect place for us to call this a wrap. I do want to say one thing that was a thread, I think, between it all is every single one of our guests seemed to genuinely have fun.
And can't wait to come back
Baby.
to our
House. So when you come to our house, they're what?
Family.